Hello and welcome to our next live stream, live from Essen, Germany.
Yes, you are here with the Card Shark team. We are taking care of Magician and all topics of magic. And today is a very interesting topic. We are talking about preparations in rough and smooth. What is rough and smooth? How do you get it? What kind of effects exist? What is the story about rough and smooth? Can you supply it? You will perform two tricks, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And we will show you all different kinds of features of it. But before we start, this one here.
Good evening,
Hello.
DJ Ballet is auch wieder.
It's also again.
Sorry.
Yeah, we have to switch. It's the first time ever that we are starting half an hour earlier.
Yeah.
We would love to start at 8:30 German time in the future. That makes it much easier for us as we still have the flow and everything because.
Yeah.
We just finished our German YouTube stream half an hour ago, and would love to show you all the stuff that we showed there as well here in English language. So Jeff, it's great to see you here as well. Rough topic. I hope you do it smoothly. That's a very good one.
Yeah.
Yes. But talking about all the types of roughing, we say rough and smooth. What doesn't make so much sense, but because the smoothness comes from the cards themselves, and actually the whole roughing only works if you have a smooth deck of cards. So if you're using a worn-out deck of cards, or some fabrications from China or even Europe, the not so good ones, I mean Carta Mundi is a good one, then you might find it very difficult to get a deck working. Anyhow.
But we start from the beginning in the year 1936.
Yes, the Ultra Mental deck from Joe Berg. I have to look it up here. He came up with the deck itself that we all know as the invisible deck. But first it was the Ultra Mental deck, and it used the roughing. And what is the roughing? It means that cards are paired together. They are not glued together like what we do nowadays with non-permanent glue, etc. But they are roughed together. So when you spread the deck, the cards don't separate until we want them to separate. And that's the most famous deck that is available for the rough and smooth deck. However, nowadays it's called the invisible deck. But why is it called the invisible deck?
Because of you have to subscribe and ring the bell.
Then you will know why. Press it a little bit too early. That's good. Yeah, Eddie Fields came up with it in 1942, and he said that he was inspired by
6 years later.
Yes, and he was inspired. Imagine, but that's also cool that sometimes we see effects, but it doesn't click. But then you see a performance and you say, wow, that's it.
The cool thing is the name of the deck is Invisible Deck because of the idea of the routine.
Yes, the handling that you pretend to have a deck of cards that is totally invisible, and he was influenced by a friend of himself who was in a hospital pretending being mentally ill. So he was shuffling an invisible deck of cards so to show that he's not normal. However, that's interesting. Bill Abbott, when he did a research, he found something different. And I'm a big fan of Stan Laurel, Oliver Hardy. They had an episode and a movie called
I'll get a déjà vu.
Ollie the Eighth. And that was already 2 years before the Ultra Mental deck. There was a guy who was performing with an invisible deck. Certainly it was not magical, even if Stan was using magic also in some performances with the thumb that was burning. And this one, do you remember that?
My
Anyhow,
hands are so sticky.
yes.
There's science fiction on it.
And at that time, in 1934, these two guys already had this movie out where an invisible deck seemingly was shown. I mean, you cannot show an invisible deck as it is invisible, yes, but you can perform it. Anyhow, that's the deck that is almost here for, 80 years. Almost 80 years, and it's still the total classic and
a weapon.
And a weapon. Actually, many performers use it as is in the routine, like an invisible deck. You hand out an invisible deck to the audience. They are selecting in many steps a certain deck, a certain card. Seemingly, they would take out this card, turn the deck around, and put it back in, so that this would be the only card inside the deck that would be facing in the other direction.
This is not my favorite way to perform. I showed in the German live stream how I use the invisible deck, and I like this performance much more than it fits better to my style. So
also a lot of magicians and professionals have this deck always on them as
like an out.
It's a perfect out, whenever something is screwed up, and we all know it. When it can happen, it will happen.
Yeah. What was your card? Wait.
And and even if I couldn't find it right now, I have here already a deck of cards, and one card is facing the other way, and so on. So you can always, it's like a safety net that you always have on you in case you want to get out of a problem.
I use it sometimes. I have a science fiction card in the deck, a normal science fiction Joker. So the spectator choose a card.
Yes.
So the card goes back in. The spectator shuffles the deck and spread it out, and the card is completely gone. And in the other deck, is the whole time on the table.
Yeah.
It arrives in this deck because it's face up in the other deck. So it's a transposition. What I did a long time. So.
Yeah, and having a treated card inside the deck of cards, we can show this later on as well with science fiction, is always a great secret weapon that is there, doesn't disturb, and gives you a lot of possibilities. The whole idea about this roughing is that all these effects are there without any sleight of hand, no finger flicking involved, because the spray is doing all the tricks, or it doesn't have to be spray. So which kind of treatments are there? If we go back, then we would know that there is a roughing stick. Harry Robson also had several of those in different kinds of and types available in his shop. That's interesting, as you can use this roughing very quickly on a, let's say you're at a gig, you get a deck of cards from them, and you could go into the Jan's area and just prepare a few cards with a roughing stick. Nothing smells, so it has some advantages as well. Otherwise, I wouldn't use this stick, because the preparation will not last too long. The next would be, the low-cost variation would be hairspray. Helps a lot. However, it doesn't last very long. The next would be, if you live in the United States, for instance, is Krylon 1311. I can highly recommend it. It's a matte finish that you can apply, and it's if you go online and search for it. If you go to a Home Depot, etc., super expensive, but if you do it online, it's maybe $3, $4, $5. It's really low cost spray and lasts very long. So that would be the normal roughing. We here in Europe, I created our own spray. That's this one here, because we cannot get the other spray, the Krylon 1311 here in Europe. Otherwise, also it's impossible to get the Testos spray that is also used very often in the USA. That is very rough and very strong. So I would not recommend to use this one, because it's really difficult to separate the prepared cards. However, I developed this spray that is a mix of matte and glossy finish, so that the deck would handle like a rough deck. However, the finish would still look like with a smooth, silky finish like normal, so that it's totally invisible, even if you would only spray half of the cards. So this one here is our version. When we have this and sell it, we have something for the US customers as well, or all the customers that we cannot ship to. And this is the spray grid that we have. Let me show you this. With the spray or by itself, you can get this rough and smooth spray grid that I created many years ago. Because at the beginning, when we had to spray a lot of decks of cards, I had the idea of doing kind of a grid where playing cards could be inserted. And instead of having a permanent back wall, I was creating a whole plate, having some podests on them so that the cards wouldn't slide underneath the grid. Place the cards there so that they would not fly around and will stay in their place to use them there. And from that idea, actually that happened when I was, the best ideas I always get when I'm having a shower. And that's when I can relax.
Not when you're drunk.
No, not when I'm drunk. Under the shower, away from the computer, so that I can really just let my brain flow a little bit. And I had this idea: why not doing it all from cardboard, where I would use this kind of board, the paper, the very thick paper, and you would bend up all these different parts so that it will perfectly fit in 9 playing cards all together, and you get enough of them so that you can prepare a complete deck of cards.
Then you get also this little tool, this little tool for...
So this little flap, this overlay would allow you to spray only half of a card. If you don't bend this corner up, it would be a very harsh line, but if you are bending it up, the spray would whirl around underneath, and you would get a very smooth...
By the way, you spray from this side, so...
Yeah, so that it's more or less in 45 degrees angle, so that it really hits the wall, whirls around, and gives a very smooth finish there. Yeah, that's really something that I like a lot, and we are using this kind of preparation where we are only preparing half of the cards for our special invisible decks. That's the invisible deck of science fiction, where we are not using the whole deck, but only half of it. Why do we do this? I think it's awesome. Do we have the deck here with us as well to show or not? The normal ID, we don't... we have it.
Yeah.
Hey, yes, we didn't show it in the German stream, but we can do it here. The nice part about, the normal invisible deck. When you prepare an invisible deck, or you get one from your favorite magic dealer, you have the problem that at the beginning, hopefully, the roughing is very strong. That also brings you the problem that it's very hard to separate the cards.
Then the moment is coming where it's perfect.
Because the preparation with the normal invisible deck spray is wearing out. And you have to imagine that if the cards are treated with a spray, it's like applying the small little from a sandpaper, like these small little sand pixels you are applying to the playing card, and this fine sand is coming off after a while. And there's a certain perfect sweet spot where the cards are just staying perfectly together but easily separate. And then there's the moment where this is over and they unfortunately always separate, and it doesn't look very good anymore. However, I wanted to have a deck of cards that is very reliable. Whenever you spread, they will stay together, very strong. But when
you can spread it on the table. So.
Yes, I could. Yes, like so. I can definitely do this. But whenever I want to separate, it's not like fumbling, like so. All I have to do is I go there and say, okay, here's the card. Why is that the case? The bottom part, and I'm using a one-way design, as you can see it here, as well as there. You would always know in which orientation this deck is in my heart. Exactly, it's on the bottom half where the spray is applied. That way, when I'm leaving my thumb here, I can easily let the air cushion finish do its job. Just let the cards glide apart, and when I need it, I go up with my thumb and separate there by holding my finger underneath, and it just comes apart. It's super easy. There is this one. This I like because it's more out-jogged inside the hand. Some people like to have it more deeply in his hand, in the hand. So I would recommend turning around the deck Then you have the preparation at the bottom.
Then you can also.
And then you have it really down in your hand, like dealing position. You have it there. When you come to the card, you can. That's the interesting part. You bring it up and take it down again, and you have the card there.
Yeah.
Right, because when you're when you're bringing it up, it's still the treatment. So from here, going up, here's the treatment. It's all staying together. Then I'm separating at the bottom and bring it back down. It can't get any easier. So with our invisible deck, and as you are separating, first of all, the spray is different, but also when you are separating the cards, here is no roughing. That means you are not wearing out any of these particles that could disappear and make the surface smoother. So this deck will last way longer than any normal invisible deck of cards.
It's true. When I prepared my first invisible deck in the year 2014.
Did you also use the with a half and half?
No,
yes.
I bring it up in the whole card. So it's for me. It's
so you don't have to think about it where the
exactly,
is.
And my handling is also different. So I don't count, and for me it's perfect because I get the feeling so to separate the cards, but I sprayed the whole card. And when you don't have the idea with the large index, I have this deck in my repertoire right now, so I change it.
It's still working.
The only thing because I change it is of the large index, so change my whole setup.
Unfortunately, you couldn't wear it out in the last 1 year.
Yeah,
that's the other big problem.
Yeah.
But however, still since 2014.
My first deck, I do a mistake. I sprayed 52 cards, so like a rough and smooth. So I sprayed both sides. And that is like testors on steroids. Yeah.
Very strong.
Very strong. So
what is cool if you like the treatment like Philo and don't like the halfway treatment of those, then I would recommend getting a whole kit of science fiction, as we have this here as well. Because with this spray and a normal deck of cards, could be any of your favorite. There you can spray the cards as you like and do several of those. Is there something going on? Uh-oh. Are we offline?
Ist ein Fehler aufgetreten, wir versuchen später noch einmal.
Geh mal in den anderen Livestream.
No. Mach weiter.
Yeah?
Mach weiter.
I'm here?
Mach weiter.
Okay, guys, it's working, yeah! Lagamir, no, Palin, it wasn't you. We had this error, and I think refreshing the browser made the job. All good, says Mark. That's great. You're online. That's awesome. Online but alone. And here's Philo coming back from the streaming computer, and I have no idea what really happened. All good. So, in case you don't want to, I don't know where we got off. I told about the preparation of the invisible deck.
When you prepare like my style, the whole deck.
All 52 cards, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Too strong.
No, not 52 cards, but 26 cards, yes, the whole card.
But then 26, and that's the cool thing. You only have to treat 26 cards. Let's say you could go, the setup that the even cards on one side, the odd cards on the other, and so on and so on.
Then
if you wanted.
This set is perfect for you. It comes up with a lot of cool tricks, good ideas as well from Alexander Köller. He's an amazing creator, and yeah, he comes up with amazing ideas. Also, we have the DVD Science Fiction 2.
Yes, after a while we released the second DVD with more routines and ideas and the preparation of an invisible deck as well. And this DVD usually sells for $30 or €30. In case you want to buy the Science Fiction pack, we can tell you that if you order the Science Fiction and use the promo code DVD2, in one word, DVD2, the number 2, then you can add the second DVD for free. In case, for the guys, and I guess that Jeff, for instance, has Science Fiction, in case you want to get a refill can, you know that you can go to our website, search for Science Fiction in the online store. You will find the refill can there as well. And for the guys who get a refill can, they also can use the DVD 2 promo code and get the DVD for free for the second one. I think that's a very good deal.
We can show you one little trick what is in this set, I think.
Yes, let me do this first.
Yeah.
Because some people didn't want to invest this amount of the science fiction package because it has a lot, like the DVD of 3 hours, a leather wallet, a trick deck, spraying templates, and so on, and a lot of insights. So for those guys, I took 2 of the effects as a spin-off from the DVD, and we released them with the trick cards separately, and they are called, let's do this, they are called, thank you, the One Card Collector and Delicious Ambitious, these 2 products. I'll put it away. As a spin-off, they have the trick cards in there. They cost $15 each. However, both are included inside the science fiction package, and I would recommend that you get the whole deal. However, for instance, in Asia, we cannot ship the spray, as it is aerosol, like our other spray that we cannot ship by airplane. For those who are interested in these effects, I can highly recommend to get a One Card Collector or Delicious Ambitious, as they are wonderful effects that work with, the One Card Collector works with any deck, and you want to show it now.
Yeah, let's do it.
And Delicious Ambitious is a great ambitious card routine with a nice twist. Literally. Yes.
Let's do it.
So the One Card Collector is my favorite trick from the whole first DVD from the set. It was my favorite every time when I'm at a convention and I want to explain what science fiction is. I am happy to show this special effect. Yeah, and what is on there in a little second. The difference between the normal roughing and the science fiction is that with the normal roughing, you would take both sides of 2 cards, or the side A and the side B of the other card, would rough both sides, bring the cards together, and in that moment they are staying together, and only when you separate you can then show them. However, science fiction does not use a spray on both sides. You only prepare 1 card, and it will also work on every smooth surface of any other card. And turning, let's say if you're only adding 1 card into a pack, you would turn the whole deck into a roughed deck, what you usually would only be able to do with spraying all of the cards. Now, One Card Collector, you are set up, you have shuffled or whatsoever, and
doesn't matter. So it's only a demonstration what you can do.
Yes, please
it's
do
perfect.
So.
You say stop at any point.
This one.
This one.
Yes.
Okay. Please show it to the camera.
Greetings to Mark. Did you do it on purpose?
No.
No? Come on, okay.
It was no force at all.
Was that cool? Because when I saw it, okay, Philo set up this deck earlier today, and without checking, he was using a marked deck. So when he was letting me select the card, and I saw that one, I thought, okay, cool force. It wasn't. And then the card, okay, how cool is that? But hey, Mark, it's his favorite card, so it's all good. Anyhow, free choice, that's the one. Go from there.
Okay.
Insider.
So remember the card, so I have no idea which card you get.
Sure.
Okay. Please cut the card a third. Put it here. Put the first joker in a little bit out jogged.
The
okay. Jack, yeah, Joker. Okay.
Yes,
same. You know the routine. That's cool.
yeah. I've done it several times.
And closed.
Yes. The strength of this trick is definitely that all these handlings, everything is happening in the hand of the spectator.
Yeah.
The magician is not touching the deck anymore. If you don't, you can, but you should not, because this is the beauty of this effect. That's awesome.
How many cards are between the 2 jacks?
And that's the nice part. I can flash it a little bit so you can see that there are several cards in between. That's not like an ambitious card routine or whatsoever with only a single one.
Yeah.
There's really a bunch of cards in between the 2 jacks. Yeah. That's a cool part.
So put it together.
Yeah, I square up the deck.
Square.
Yes.
And now do a magic gesture. Wow.
Schnipp.
Wow, Schnipp. Guck mal einer schaut.
Oh, in English, snip.
Snap.
Or snap.
Snap, okay. And now spread the deck out and the jack deck come together and find 1 card or 2. Wow.
And here they go. And
Okay, and
separated. Isn't that beautiful? Only one card in between, and that's another insider from the German stream. Yes. Now let me take out these 3 cards. All this would be so easily to be handled. Everything is from the borrowed deck, if you like. And here's the selection, the 7 of clubs. This card is not a duplicate. Please let it be signed, etc., etc. That's the beauty of the effect. That is really a borrowed deck, a signed card, no more sleight of hand whatsoever. All happening in the hand of spectator. That's why it is my favorite effect of the whole pack of science fiction. So,
and then you can also do snap again, and then
what comes now?
Pops up a blue card.
Okay, that's magic.
For the next effect.
Yeah, and that's the cool part, because there's a gimmick inside this deck of cards, having a normal face, and this card is never been seen from the back, and that means even if you're using a blue Phoenix back, it could have been a B deck in whatever color or whatsoever. As long as the faces are matching, all safe. I'm not going through the routine right now, why it works and how it works. That's something different.
It works. That's important.
As you could see, it worked, and yes, it's only one card. And that's the beauty of it, that packs small and it's very strong. By the way, with this gimmick you can do several other great effects as well.
Yeah,
so yeah,
a lot. We have
definitely.
We have a lot of ideas.
So it could turn. You could turn this one into a key card that will always attach to staying close to the selected card. That would then just be cut, and the spectator could overhand shuffle. Would never separate these 2 cards, so you can always focus on the card itself to find it. It's really, really strong, so I can highly recommend it. Don't get, if you can't, if you can get the spray, get the whole spray pack, because if you think about it, 1 card collector is $15, and I think it's still a very reasonable price. However, with $80 or 75 euros, you get a whole set with a trick deck for 15, a leather wallet for 20, the spray for 35, and so on and so on. So the whole package for a really reasonable price, and you can prepare, let's say, up to 600 different gimmicks. And if you count that one, that's $900 of whatever. It's no 9,000.
Yeah,
a lot.
18,000. Yeah. 1 Bitcoin.
1 Bitcoin, exactly. There you go. No, Dogecoin. Before or after the show of Elon Musk?
Pokemon money.
No. He has no idea. He has no idea.
What?
Do I have? No, I haven't. Anyhow.
No.
No, and it's not a Bitcoin. Anyhow. So that's with science fiction. By the way, a good tip for all the guys who have science fiction or want to use normal roughing and want to figure out with how many layers they would perfectly spray, that it's not too much and not a little bit.
Big tip.
That's a really good one. Take 4 cards from a deck of cards.
Big tip.
Before you spray the cards, take out, just scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell, and please leave a like. It helps us a lot. It's good for the algorithm. That way YouTube can recommend us to other magicians, and that would be awesome. Thank you. Now select an ace, a 2, 3, and 4 different cards. Place them onto the table, then spray them 1 time over and remove the ace, because then the ace only has 1 treatment. Spray again and remove the card with the 2 on it. So that would mean it has 2 layers. Then 3 times, the 3rd time over, you remove the 3, and the 4th time. So every card with a number has a different treatment on, and then play with these cards to see which level, which spraying is the best for you, so that you don't waste too much spray.
Good tip. There's coming a question in. What is the refill price for science fiction after the?
I think it's $35 for the spray can.
Yeah.
Yes. So when you need a refill can, and it lasts for several years. If you buy it and don't use it too often, you can put it into your testament to give it to your magician's kid. And
I need a new one. There is empty.
Good. We still have it, and we released it. I think 2013. You say?
Yeah.
You got it in 2014 in Blackpool, I think, when you were still a customer and not a friend. Then you got science fiction, fell in love, and we turned into friends.
Yeah, exactly. The science fiction was
kind of the same.
Yeah. This was the true love story.
That's the reason. Yes, he's. And then he started.
I was there, and I think, wow, that's my dream to stand behind the stand.
No, you didn't want to. No, at first you switched everything from bicycle to Phoenix. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
And then he turned into the biggest fan of Phoenix anyhow. Because he loved me so much.
And then I have everything prepared, and then you coming up with the large index, and I tell you directly, no, I don't like it because I have everything. And
on the other hand, you said also that you never saved so much money because now all the other tricks that are so intriguing to buy and then paying a lot of money just to find out a secret, you are staying away because they don't fit into the repertoire, and you find out later in the Magic Cafe or whatsoever that the effect was not really necessary.
Yeah.
So you save some time as well by focusing on the right things.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we have this. Yes, then we have the treatment on the cards. It doesn't have to be sprayed or... Well, there's also a liquid out there. I am the owner of the rights for a liquid for roughing that you can apply with a sponge or with a brush. However, I don't think that is superior to a spray, so I didn't release it anymore. And the spray that we have is really good, and science fiction even better. However, I fell in love many years ago with the kids cards of Richard Pinner, who produced this deck at Cartamundi at that time. And the treatment of the cards already, the finish on the cards already had the roughing built in, so there was no spray involved. That also means that the cards are 100% treated and will not wear off, or it's uneven, so that one card has a lot and the other one not. Every card has the same. Now, Cartamundi wasn't able for many years to print this again, as European regulations changed the formulas, and several of the components of the spray had to be removed and therefore it wasn't allowed to be used anymore in the for playing cards. Playing cards in Europe are toys. Toys can be put into the mouth by kids or magicians, card to mouth, and therefore it was not allowed to use this changed finish anymore. However, I found a solution in Taiwan, printed there, several of those, and I would love to show you one of the results. A trick that will come out in June. We agreed already on this, that it will be a June release, and this will be called Vice Versa with Michel Hulot. And the cool thing about this is that that the treatment, let's do the top camera, that the treatment is on the back of the cards. However, you would not see the treatment, and the deck would still handle like a normal deck of cards, where you can spread the cards, do fans, whatsoever. It all works nice. Was it from the bottom?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's Argentina.
And you still can do a whole trick like this, and it shows stamps of the world, immigration stamps when we are getting back on the airplanes and are able to fly. Where would be your first choice where you would fly to? Which one would it be?
Brazil.
So in this deck, would you find Brazil the other way around or not?
No, in this deck not.
Right?
Yeah, that's no, not here, but here.
Exactly, because this deck was already set up in a way that we now could find. Which one was it? Brazil? Okay, let's find it. Exactly. And I haven't done it for so long, so I don't even know where it is. I would go for, let's say, here's a card that is turned around. Let's have a look. And certainly it is Brazil, the only card seemingly inside this deck that is turned around. Now, as I also changed the bag design with the passport bags, I also added a certain marking to it that would not be used when the cards are roughed together. However, if you are holding it like this, for mental effects, etc.,
Thailand. Yeah.
Yes, so there's a marking built into the passport design, so that you can identify the country by looking at the ISO code.
And the cool thing is,
Everything is written on there.
here, so when the spectator chooses.
Oh, you know what? It's even the letters. It's even
Yeah, it's
yes.
perfect.
Everything is there on the card case.
So
yes.
everything. So I know ES. You look good.
IS is Iceland.
Iceland. So cool.
Makes sense. Iceland. IS with and Iceland doesn't even have an S. In English, yes. No, it's also
RU.
RU is Russia.
Yeah.
Certainly it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all built into this deck. It will be released in June. It's called Vice Versa. Looking forward to this. It has this treatment from Taiwan that will last a long time. Here's a question. If I use rough spray, should I make 2 card rows because I have to test how good the rough side holds? Yeah, that's a good question. Are we talking about normal roughing? You would need several, 2 cards so that you can put them together. That makes sense. I would definitely do at least 5, 6, 7 pairs to see that it works or not, and only work with those cards. I would not put them inside a deck, and not easy. It's all experience, like everything. When you do something over and over again, you get better. It gets more reliable. I don't have to think too much how much I have to spray. I just spray more or less the same amount every single time. So and when I want to be very sure, then I'm spraying a lot, like Roger did for the performance of Joshua J at Penn & Teller's Fool Us. And when Roger did the preparation, after that, Josh did the routine to Roger.
And fooled him.
And fooled him completely. He prepared this deck for him and was still fooled by him because he had no idea that he really was using that deck, that he had in his hand and prepared all the cards, because it's such a great routine. By the way, the routine was out of sight that he performed.
So another idea?
Please do so, yes.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Cut the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the card.
I'm showing you into the camera.
Put the card back on top.
3 of hearts, yes.
Close the cut. Take the deck and shuffle. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm always good, like, right?
Yeah.
Happened already earlier. Now above the table so that I don't have to go down.
We go on this one. Look. Mm-hmm. Look how nice it is. And there we are. I think there are some special cards in it. The Joker card, the first one, and the second one. Yeah. And these 2 cards, they can help me. So, yeah. Are you tired?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So, and your card is not anymore there.
It is not anymore there. No.
And the jokers are the whole time there. There are 2 cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. I close it, and now the magic comes. 1 card is between, and there is it.
And it is
only a little idea.
And it is the 3
of hearts.
Yes. Very easy performance. No sleight of hand. It's totally automatic, more or less.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
It is. So yes, science fiction let us do things that are only available or possible with a lot of sleight of hand, palming, and so on and so on. And here you just prepare it. The cool thing is also, I'm sure that you have the 1 or 2 packet tricks that are your favorites, that you like to do over and over again. And these packet tricks can also be pimped a lot with thinking about it and performing an effect where you spray 1 card and hide 1 extra, or where you don't have to buckle anymore. A double lift gets way more easier, and so on and so on. I applied this also to our classic effect. I released Mona Lisa's Secret, I think in 2006, I think. And years later, I came up with the idea that this could be definitely performed in a much cleaner way by showing way more cards and no more buckling, sleight of hand, etc. With just applying 1 card with science fiction. So it really helped a lot. Yes, so that's our treatment of rough and smooth. If you have any more questions, please leave a comment down there. We are reading every single comment. We are also responding to every comment. Yes, so we are very open to this. Any other questions? Oh, do you want to do one more? Let's say this one here, or
not the ultimate?
Oh, we could do the ultimate brainwave deck. Yes. Yeah. So let's do this one here, so let me do the top camera. Now this deck, this trick was
one?
No, I think this one here shows the effect itself. Now this effect I released I think in 2007, so already many years ago. No, that's not true. When did I? 2009 I came up with the Phoenix, and 2010 it was when I did the first time the special cards that we are using here. I will show this in a second. It was at that time not with large indexes, certainly.
Stay cool, there is a QR code. Yeah, okay.
Now this deck is still in new deck order. You can shuffle it, but I like to keep it very simple and just in order.
Yeah.
Let me show. Here's the ace as well. Yes. Could you please select one of the cards?
King of Hearts.
The King of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts.
Still, or do you want to change? Or that's an easy choice. Do you want to stay with the Queen of Hearts?
Yeah.
Good. Now, as you can see, the handling so far is very simple, but let's do it even a second time. You see still all the cards.
6 of spades.
The 6 of spades. He's selecting a second card. This could be done by several spectators, by the way, so it doesn't have to be the same one.
7 of clubs.
And so he's using 3 cards, and it would be 3 spectators that you can do. And as you can see, this all could be done.
4 of diamonds.
No, come on. Shut up. So we stay with 3 cards. Actually, it could be 4 cards, but that's not important and not what I want to show you. The idea is the following. As you can see, we have here the first pack, and you selected the 6 of spades, and there was no pressure on you whatsoever.
A lot of pressure is on me.
Oh, come on. Once the camera is out, you're leaving and never talk about this. Anyhow, so you selected 3 cards. So I think the queen is still visible. Let's put it a little bit further down here. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Now, you could have selected any of these cards, but you did not. But you could.
Yeah.
And you selected these 3 cards.
Free choice.
Yes, they were all in the right...
no threats.
No threats.
No
nothing,
magnets.
But a lot of blue backs. Very special blue backs.
It's so great. This routine is so great for a lot of people on the table. You can bring all the people in.
Yes, free choice.
Free choice.
It will be blue. It was the predecessor, whatever, of a trick released by Rick Lex, because he liked the idea but wanted to make the twist with tarot cards. So he released Past, Present, Future, where you have the major arcana in order or whatsoever. You would choose 3 different symbols, and you would have selected 1 card from the past, from the present, from the future, because these are the informations written on the backs. Yeah, nice as well. Not in print anymore. I produced the cards. We also prepared. No, we didn't prepare them, but same method that you see here. And I guess that you already get the idea how it is working and how to achieve this. So very simple. Perfect. And as promised, Philo will take this deck with him, as he doesn't have it in large index yet.
Yeah, for my demos.
Yeah, for the demos that he always has to do so much.
Yeah, it is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
You know this.
Oh, for the good shows that you did. You just came back from a great video shooting.
Yeah.
I had a nice weekend in a theme park without riding any ride.
Yeah, that's it. Everything was closed. But today I have a call with the company, and I performed 2 tricks, and one was the ultimate brainwave deck, but
with small indexes.
Yeah, and that was not. It was okay. It was nobody.
Yeah, it feels not right. For you.
Yeah, it don't feels right. That was, and this is a demo from Blackpool, and is.
Yes.
A little bit crashed.
Yes. Now here's the thing, Palin. That's the thing. Can I do it with a double decker? Exactly. The double decker is the invention that I had in 2000 and 10, I think,
Yeah.
where I produced thin cards, so thin that 2 complete decks fit into 1 card case. And that is what you saw there, or what you didn't see, because as every card would be in the deck showing a blue back, while you can show a red deck, it has to be a double decker. And that's the nice part.
When you
I do demos. Where's mine? Good. Let's talk when we see us next time. I hope next Magi Fest or so. That would be awesome. Yeah. So this is a double decker. It was one of the first decks that we ever treated with.
but you can use it also
rough and
for
smooth.
invisible deck style.
Oh, there's a nice other handling. No, it's like this one. No, where you're taking, let's say, So you would have 1 card for the spectator. You would not show this card to the spectator, okay? But it's a blue one, okay? And I would put it back somewhere in the deck.
No, I can see the second.
Second. So sorry, it has to be then. Yes, it has to be this one. So I'm putting it back in. He would not have seen it. It's also a presentation. I think Tony Binarelli did it. I have to think about it. Now, he has certainly inserted 1 blue card into the deck, seemingly for the audience. He can insert 3 cards, right? Now he goes to a spectator onto the stage, maybe shuffle the deck, whatsoever. And the cool thing is that you would have to select any card that you like. Which card would it be?
8 of hearts.
The 8 of hearts. And here comes the interesting part, that when I'm allowing to take out the 8 of cards, you wouldn't say anything, right? But the audience would already see that you magically selected exactly the card that was with the blue back.
Exactly.
Now when you do it with 3 times the cards, the spectator who selected the cards from the faces, while you didn't say anything, would select automatically the blue cards, and the audience already would see the 3 blue cards popping up. It's really a cool presentation as well, right?
So, and you can perform it 300.
This is definitely 360. I would shuffle the deck in that particular case. It's way better when it's shuffled.
But today on Zoom, we was on a Zoom call.
Yes.
I blow the mind of the people there with this. Was amazing.
It's a great trick because free cards can be selected if you have a top camera. What you have, I saw your setup. So it's in view all the time. There is no sleight of hand involved, as you can see. And so I highly recommend the Ultimate Brainwave deck as well. You can also get a red-blue double decker and have the science fiction spray and make it yourself. That's certainly possible.
Ready to go.
Yes, and you can decide doing it the Divergent style, showing a blue back deck where the single card shows up red, what is much more vibrant, or like what we have here. Was it a red deck, right? Yeah, a red deck where the cards is showing up in blue backs. Yeah, so far so good. I think we showed you everything we have so far. I hope you liked our show and all the information about the roughing. If you have more questions, how we can perform certain tricks, what our recommendations are, which spray we would use for which trick, because not every time science fiction is recommended. In most cases it is, but we have some experiences as well where it doesn't make too much sense. We would certainly help you out. You can leave a comment down there. We will answer there.
Or write an email
to support@card-shark.de. You find everything on our website. Certainly, one more time, if you are interested in the science fiction pack or the science fiction refill as a science fiction customer who already has a membership code, you can get the second DVD with a lot of more routines for free by using the promotion code DVD2. Cool. That's it so far. We will see us next week. If you have any recommendations or questions and topics that you would love to see in the near future, why not leaving a comment below and let us know. We are open to talk about topics that are of interest for you. And we are here for you to help you. DJ and Perlin and Jeff and all the other guys who joined us to this live stream. Thank you so much. If you have seen this later, please help us by subscribing, leaving a like. It helps the YouTube algorithms so that this video can be also recommended to other magicians who might be interested in our topics and our explanations. And that would help us a lot as well. See you next time, next Monday, or whenever you stumble over this recorded video. See you there. Until then.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Stay safe.